Hello everybody, welcome to this episode of a tour of my collection. This is what I think is the most fun notebook. It's the cartoon notebook, which is all voice actors, cartoonists, and other things along that line. So let me get started. Here is the Ron Ferdinand says Dennis the Menace. Another Ron Ferdinand, Dennis the Menace. Mort Walker and Hank Ketchum. Also Dennis the Menace. Then we got Michael Keelan, Dick Tracy. This is Dick Rogers, Kid Spot, 1997, as you can see. Gary Trudeau, Doonesbury. And then Dick Locker of Dick Tracy. And then I got him signed also on another index card. Lincoln Park. Or Pierce. Link Pierce. Don Adidas. Ted Kay. And what do we got? Oh, this is he does not do autographs, but he did. He sent this postcard with signed Fred's name. All right. This is Walter Hiddleston. No, Handelson. Walter Handelson, political cartoonist at the time. Dave Grohl. Elle Eric and Bill Tittlebaum. And Bill Schaefer. As you can see why this is my favorite now. All the great cartoons I got in here. Lenny Dawkins, Lenny Dawkins, Buck Rogers. He drew Buck Rogers 25th Century. Art and Chip Sensum, Born Loser. Wayne's Stay Skull, political cartoonists. And Gene Vanderpyle, voice of Wilma. As you can see, I got these near the Clinton era or shortly thereafter. A lot of Clinton jokes. Joe Barry. John Rainier, he's the artist of Lockhorns, Agatha Crumb, Laugh Parade, Howard Hughes, and Bumper Stickers. Bill Hicks, who did Tank McNamara, and Jeff Miller, who did also Tank McNamara. I wrote on the back. If you don't think I know the stuff off the top of my head, I wrote on the back. Dave Berg, Helen Bridwell, Norman Bridwell. Jeez, I can't talk today. Clifford. And Dave Berg with Mad Magazine. Lee Falk, Mandrake the Magician. Bunny Horst, writer at Lockhorns, Agatha Crumb, Laugh Parade, Howard Hughes, and Bumper Stickers. There is Ronnie Wendell. That is a stamp, by the way, of his signature is real, but the stamp of Smokey the Bear. Pat Brady, Ramona Frayden, Brenda Starr, and Bob Thaves, and wrote Frank and Ernest. Tim Hildebrands, don't have what he wrote. Greg Hildebrand, Howie Schneider, Eek. Ellen Zell, cartoonist, Sports Hall of Shame. I gotta switch those. I just noticed those are the wrong type of sheet. Here's some current ones you might have seen. My videos, Floyd Norman, He was animator for Disney, is First black animator they've had. Let's see. Emilio Abraham and Mort Drucker, Mad Magazine. These are a little faded because they were displayed for years before I knew about displaying our autographs would hurt them. But so the cards are yellowed, but the autographs luckily were bold and strong. Orlando Barino, Gus Ariola, his signature is fading a little. Orlando Busing, Gus, and Tim Toomey. So there's those. You might notice some were personalized to Whitaker Brothers. It's because I was collecting my little brother at the time. He did not collect autographs. Here's Peter Bognov. He drew Superman for a while. But I collected for him when he was a baby, and unfortunately he did not like to have it. Brad Anderson, Marmaduke. So I kept his. Sergio Argons, Mad Magazine, 95. And Ben Templeton. Now this was, I remember this after all these years. This was sent in 96. But she wrote me, and it was a form letter saying that, I'm sorry, due to volume, I cannot sign autographs. But yet, she sent me one. And it's Brian, best wishes from Kim and Rupert. Diane Brooks, happily ever after. So. Here is Cartoon Voices animator. It's Bob Bergen. He's a very generous signer. I've sent him a few times. Now I've gotten back. He only does one at a time, which is fine. I think I've gotten everything I want signed by him. Jerry Eisenberg. He wrote on the back of this one, "These are my character designs." He did the banana splits. Peter Rondelli, voice of, what is this? The French Milkman and Ladies and Tramp, I believe. The Henry the Bear at Disney, Country Bears, and a portrait. There's Angela Lansbury. There she is, her poster, Mary Poppins, and one from Beauty and the Beast. Joanne Worley, stick cupboard. Margaret Carey, the silhouette for Tinkerbell. Shannon Wallace did one of the voices in the, I think this is from Aristocats. So, Teddy Eccles from My Side of the Mountain. He was also, he was also in an old Disney movie. Richard Sherman him and his brother wrote all the music for Mary Poppins. And Joe Hale, who did one of voices, I believe, in Rescuers. This also goes into puppets. Here's Lisa Karen Rudolph. With her, she does, does it say? No, it does say. I think that's, Abby Cadabby. She signed it. Another Floyd Norman. He did artwork on Jungle Book. and Gary Morgan from Pete's Dragon. Oh, I think he was getting confused with Eccles. So many of these have done voices in so many movies, it's hard to remember who's who. Bob Newhart did voice in The Rescuers. Austin Pendleton. He's a nerdy actor if you've ever seen him. He's My Cousin Vinny and among other things. But he also did the voice of Gurgle. And then we got John Ratzenberger. I tried to get a collage. He's done a voice in every Pixar movie. So Jerry Mazzaro and Murray Monster. Carmen Osborne, and I think that's Zoe. Rosita, and Carmen Osborne. Where's she saying her name? That's what I've been watching Sesame Street lately. The old episodes on HBO. I went back and watched season 1, episode 1. Here is a gentleman, Dean Mersaka, who took over Mr. Ooper's store. He's a great signer. I've got 8x10 in here. I sent him 4x6s, and he sends back 8x10 plus whatever you send. Here's Emilio Delgado, Bob. I'm not Bob. Luis. And a group of Sonia Montero and Emily Delgado. I thought they were married. This is one of the embarrassing stories of my collecting. I sent to one, got their signature, and said, "Can you get your husband on the other?" I think I said. She ignored me. So I sent off to Louise. I sent off to Louise first, then I sent off to her, and I said, "Can you sign next to your husband?" And she wrote me back and said, "He's only husband on the show. They are not married in real life." And I thought they were. So, apologies. Pam Arito. And she does Grouch. And there she is. Her character. Paul Dooley from Cars. He does one per. Billy Crystal. And Tim Allen. Cars. Barry Corbin from Cars. Michael Nichols. Another Michael Nichols. He signed on the back. Bob Singer. I think it was Howard. That's gone in part science. Or not part. There's Floyd Norman. Saw stuff by him earlier. He did sketches for me. And Richard Sherman again, getting his window on Main Street. Kath Sorchi. She did all those voices. So I got her on to replace her. There she is. And there's Tim Toomey, who you saw the cartoon earlier, index card. That was getting years later. I'll send him again and get again. And you're going to see a sketch later of him, a larger sketch. Robert Wool. I asked him some questions. He did not respond. I wanted to the series Arliss. If you ever saw the HBO series Arliss with him in it, he was very good in it. Terry Stafford, about a sports agent. And I wanted to get on DVD, and I haven't found it yet. Mitzi McCall, Snorks, she signed on the back. Yeah, so they not available yet. For Charlie Schlater, he was the voice of the Flash for a while. He was also the voice of the Bee in the Honey Nut Cheerios commercials, and his show Kick, Bucket Buttocks. He signed under in silver. You see it. So many people do so many characters. It's hard to get them all. Because I would like to have individual pictures of everything, but it's hard to do. Elliott Field, I fear he's got to be up there in age. He did the voices on the Flintstones. One of the few Flintstones people that's alive. Stacy Keach signed this for me. After I got back, I was doing some more research on it. Found it was Stacy Keach Sr. that did the voice in Thundar, not Junior. And another Elliott Field did on Snooper and Blabbermouth. Dan Castelletta. These are back when I used to print my own pictures. There's Dan Castelletta. And Don Bluth, I tried several times. Finally found him in Arizona and his own company, or what used to be his company, but he obliged and signed that one. So I think I might have another one in here from him. Ed Asner, the late great Ed Asner, did many, many voices. You can't read it, but it says, "Brian, you should hear me gurgle," on the different voices. Here is Peter Pickles. He sends a postcard. And Wally Wingert sends a postcard. Those you can look up. I think they have email addresses. Here's some Mr. Rogers. David Newell wrote me this man he was good friends with Fred Rogers. You were listening to, I say listen because I do books on tape. But Fred Rogers' autobiography, it talks about how close relationship is between him and Fred. And he continues that to this day. So when I sent this request, I got back, I think it was a 3-page letter, handwritten, all about Fred Rogers. And then we got Joe Negri. He signed in ballpoint. And then we got Betty Aberlin, Lady Aberlin, also signed. She signed Sharpie though, pretty good. Some more Mr. Rogers. Got Francis Clemens, who was the black police officer on there. Fred wanted to show, this was still at the time when, well, I say time, when time the civil rights were a big thing back in the early 70s. And Fred wanted to show the relationship that whites and blacks could have together. And he wanted to take a step further, say trust police also. So here's Chuck Gaber. He was on for somewhat limited time. He was here and there on appearances, but he was in Mr. Rogers. I can't remember his name or what. I think he was a repairman, a handyman. No, Bob was a handyman. I can't remember what his role was. Sorry, I had a cartoon sheet that was. Now this is what I'm proud of. I got all three. We got Bob, Francis Clemens, or sorry, Joe. That's not Bob. Joe Negri, Francis Clemens, and David Newell all signed this picture. I wish I would have got a bigger one, but I didn't. Then you got Martin B. Robertson. And then we've got Ozzy from Joe. Some Ozzy. So, sign in the back. Here's Natalie Lander. Dwayne Poole, and our Dwayne Poole, CB Bears. I might have told the story before if you haven't watched all my videos. I got a lot of these. I went through and got a lot of different cartoons to get signed without. I got lazy. And at first I was looking for people. There's Susan Blue. Susan Blue again, did voice Hunchback Notre Dame. And John Snoddy, he was Imagineer. Disney Imagineer. First I was looking to see who did what voices, and then I got tired of looking, and so I just ordered all the cartoons. I got like 300 pictures at one time, about 5 or 6 of each cartoon. And some of them, like CB Bears, there aren't many people around still that are from CB Bears. Here's Terry Hardin. She was Disney Imagineer. She was Yoda. Got her, she was Groot. She was one of the main designers of Groot. She has her own company now. And Jerry Eisenberg again. Heathcliff. Priceless Gentleman in music. Kel David. In music, why I told you he's the voice of the... I can't remember the name of it, but he is the... Oh, wait. Sunny Eclipse. It says right behind him. He is in the restaurant in Tomorrowland. Dan Davis and another Dan Davis. Dan drawing. Dan looks similar to me, but not. There's Michael Eisner. Got that back from his office. Surprised. Bob Gurr. Bob Gurr designed many things, including Grand Prix Speedway. Bob is the one who no longer is signing. He is charging, I believe, for his signatures and limiting them. I believe it's $25 for one. Raleigh Crump. If you ever watch any old shows, documentaries on Disney and Imagineers, you'll see Raleigh Crump is very active in him. Was very active in him. He's getting his window. For those who don't know, the windows are like Disney's Walk of Fame. Along Main Street in all the parks above the street, there are windows. And they give the windows, like Rich Sherman, I think, was musical jingles. It's something to do with their real life jobs. Like Wally Crump is Palm Parlor Productions. Oh, Predictions. Fortune teller, basically. And that's because he was a lot of crazy stuff. Ellen Oppenheimer. There are many voices of Ellen Oppenheimer, but got him on Skeletor. Skip Hammer. Got a Skip Hinnant. Got a signed business card from him. He did the burps for Jabba the Hutt. Also got a one-page letter with a whole paragraph on the election at the time. He was swayed one way, and I won't say which way, but he was very adamant in his feelings. William Calloway did a voice or artist Pac-Man. And then Bodie Chandler signed one of my collages. Tom Monk. He did the Wacky Packages. And Jonathan Freeman, who always defaces his pictures. At least almost always, as far as I've seen. He is the voice of Jafar. He's also on Broadway. So if you write the New York Broadway, you can get his signature still. Took several months because he said they were off for pandemic, and he finally got his mail. Ted Nichols. Very sad story. He wrote some music for Hanna-Barbera. Wrote the Johnny Quest theme. See Johnny Quest song. Sign on the back. His daughter actually wrote me the letter and said he is, I can't remember if he's in assisted living or he's getting close to it, but his mind is going. But my pictures brought him basically hours of joy because he remembered all the stuff from Hanna-Barbera, and he was able to talk with them for a while about his Hanna-Barbera days. So, brought back some memories. Sherry Alberani, I think she played Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie cartoon. Alright. So Mandalorian, Steve Bravler, some of these are creators. John Ringrant, and Peter Clark. If you saw the video, you see he sent me also a little mask. Those I got back recently. This one, there's some older ones. Tony Clark. I mean, they are older actors, but not older autographs. Tony Clark did one of the voices in Huckleberry Hound. Hilly Hicks did voices in Godzilla. And Robert Ito, the actor, did voice in Charlie Chan. And he wrote me a nice letter. Clive Revell, Alfred, Marlon Aragon, he wrote on the back. He wrote Merry Christmas because I guess I sent this out at Christmas time. And then we've got Iraj Parman. He was Foofer. Another one of those great ones that I struggle to find people for. Jane Zachary, I'm glad she signed this on the back because this is kind of a dark picture we signed. And Melody Melberg Road. She is Joe Rohde's wife, also Disney Imagineer. It's funny, I sent her and Joe Rohde the same address, got her back, did not give it Joe. Did not send them at the same time, but here's John Freeman again. I was going to send it to Gilbert Godfrey, but needless to say, I ran out of time. Gilbert Godfrey, of course, did pass. Melanie Chartoff, Rugrats. Now, this next one, there's a lot of controversy if it's real or not. This is Jason Momoa. A lot of people been getting Jason Momoa back through the mail, and a lot of people say he is not authentic. But then again, who knows? Also, Christopher Plummer, the late Christopher Plummer, was the bad guy in Up. Here is John Ratzenberg, played Semi, and Mario Andretti in Cars. This is going to be a long one, folks. Susan Blue from Foofer, and Raleigh Crump again. Bridget Poe, P-A-U, and Joel Siebel. He's up there in the corner. Those big ones are the collage ones we're going to send out to multiple people, but some I've not sent out because they might have been the only one they signed for me. Raj Paran, Dastardly, and Susan Blau was one of the voices in Transformers also. Like I said, a lot of people did a lot of different voices. Here's Tony Cook. He also did Jabberjaw. And Ronnie Shell. Ronnie Shell did Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Ruth Buzzy did Baggy Pants and Nitwits. Extra voices, I believe. And she also did the mom in Bernstein Bears. But none of the other three signed, so can't send that one for some more. Mitzi McCall did Penny in Pebbles and Bam Bam. Here is I'm finally at that point where the sheets are back in the notebook. I pulled small. Jim Davis, Heathcliff, or no, Garfield, sorry. and Blondie. Was it? Stan Drake and Dean Gritz. This is back in the 90s. I got that. So, I like to think it's authentic. Sean Marshall, Pete, Magic Dragon. He was the little boy, I believe. Edie McClurg, a collage of all her Pixar appearances. Edie McClure, back when I was big on 5x7s. Richard Petty. I did the 5x7s of Cars characters. So I got majority of them. And E.J. Holowicki. So I got a lot of them in 5x7. Jonas Rivera. He's a Disney artist, or Pixar artist. Also did the voice. Cheech Moran. Daryl Waltrip, and he signed it Daryl Cartrip from his character. So other people get him. And Joe Mantegna, Jay Leno. Jay, I had multiples of him. Sent him 3 pictures. He signed 2 of them. And the third one, he put the personalization, his secretary put the personalization, but he didn't sign it. So I sent it back to him, and he signed it. Dwayne Poole again. Godzilla. Tony Shalhoub, also known as Monk. And, I forgot the name of the one that they lived on island. They were known for aircraft carriers. Aircraft. One of its early roles. Jane Kesmarak. There's her and her character from Simpsons. Joe Mantegna from Simpsons. Big Louie. Oh yeah, here's Teddy Eccles. Also did Little Drummer Boy. And Claudia Christensen. I didn't write the character name, I forgot. Not the baby. Not the mama. That was it. That's Stuart Pankin. He was the dad on Dinosaurs. And another great Ed Asner shot. And he is, because you can't read it says, Brian, are you crazy? You know what these something cost. I forgot I don't know what he wrote. Do you know what these something cost? No way. What's your second choice? Best Ed Asner. I have to imagine, I don't know if he just came up with this stuff right away or if he had routines, like he saw Santa picture, he signed that all the time. But that'd be interesting to know. Celeste Cole, she was a voice on Jetsons, and Ronnie Shell was in the Jetsons movie. He was not in the original series, he was a movie voice. But you have to wonder if Ed Asner just sat there thinking of those, or if they just came to him. That's something that I wonder. Jason Alexander from Hercules. Teddy Eccles and Sparky Marcus from the Herculoids. There's 1, there's 2. Margaret Carey, Tinkerbell, and Mary Costa, one of the nicest singers in DTM, but Alice in Wonderland. Mary Costa, I keep hearing things where she's not signing, but she is signing, and she's not signing, so take a chance on her. Jason Alexander, once again, signed for a Cleveland show, and Elisa Knight was in Wall-E. I forgot what the character's name is. Some of these movies, to be honest, I haven't seen, like Wall-E. I gotta watch them. Annie Potts, Cross. I get Disney Plus. There's no excuse. They're all, I guess, on Disney Plus. Alright, Jim Cummings. I'm a big Winnie the Pooh fan, so when I got him on a full 8x10, turned out beautifully. We're 36 minutes in, we finally got to 8x10s. Jim Cummings. All his other characters. Donald Duck. Tony Anselmo is the voice of Donald Duck. He did a beautiful job signing that. Oh yeah, I got some full-size sketches from Joel Siebel. Joel also gave me his phone number, believe it or not. I did not ever call him. I should have, but I didn't. He also did Pinky from Pinky in the Brain. But it was very nice of him to do that. This was additional. He did on his own paper. But very nice. Here's Marilyn Charnoff again. This is her she sent. She was folded 3 because I sent just index cards, but Abby also sent me Leslie Carr Rudolph. Abby Dibby sent me a big 8x10. A lot of people have sent 8x10s. Also get this from Ruth Buzzy. There was some people were discussing on my video where it was premiered when I got it. She sent me a check, and it's from Warner Brothers for $23. I assume, and I could be wrong, but I assume it's residuals from. Oh yeah, that's right, because it has residual account, so that's probably from one of her cartoons or who knows what. She was in so many things. Here's Iran Rajparan from Comic-Con. His little Comic-Con logo in the bottom. So he must have these made for Comic-Con. He had some left over. So he signed one for me, which I'm very happy. Beautiful. It shows all his Hong Kong Phooey, Super Friends, Hanna-Barbera stuff. Jetsons up in the corner. So, very happy he got that. Added my collection. Then you got Jerry Eisenberg. He sent beautiful. I don't think this. Oh yeah. Well, I know that's real. That's printed. That might be hand drawn. Not sure. And then he sent me a bunch of questions, answers, favorite production Jetsons. Who do you think best animator? There were so many. Each had their own specialties. Please share with special memories. My father, Harvey, who was a great cartoonist and idea man in animation comics, also working in Chuck Jones' unit at Warner Brothers and assisting Ken Harris and knowing Mike Maltese, Abe Levitow, and many others, working with Joe Barbera and Iwo Takanato. Those were some of his favorite memories. Here's graffiti artist. Here is Mr. McFeely. Sent me his own postcard. That was along with the letter and everything else he did. Here is Pat Brady. It's in 1998. She did a beautiful sketch there. I can't remember the. Oh, I think it's For Better or For Worse is her comic. Sorry. No, not on her. Oh, no, I screwed up. I was going so well, but no, I had to find out. This is Elle Hirschfeld. I accidentally won this at an auction. Guess he was big time caricaturist because I paid, I think it was like $50 for that one. Like I say, I've kept it for all these years. That was my first auction, first big auction, where I also got my P.T. Barnum, which I'll show someday. Here's Stan Goldberg, Archie. Sent that. And Ron Ferdinand, this was a postcard years later. Got him. Don Messick. Those of you who've watched, heard my story, I've got Don Messick on audio tape. I asked him to do an answer machine tape. I sent it to him, Gene Vanderpyle from Wilma. I sent it to Casey Kasem, who did Shaggy. Sent it to a couple others. Some didn't reply. Some sent back. Gene Vanderpyle, I think, just kept the tape, and I sent back. Casey Kasem said contract wouldn't allow him to do it, but John Messick, sent me a tape of, I think there's 7 or 8 characters on there. He does Boo Boo Bear, he does Scooby and Scrappy Doo, he does Papa Smurf, I think he does Brainy Smurf, does Ricochet Rabbit. Can't remember if he does Dastardly. I think there's a few others, but I'll make a tape someday of that. And here's the letter I got from. Oh, this was from Lynn Johnson. Lynn Johnson said she could not draw me anything, but she did enclose a sketch. So, and then Jim Davis also sent me a nice little letter. Oh, here's one I thought it was. I was thinking it was someone else. It's not. It's Peter Dinkum. Drew on the back of a piece of cardboard. This was not my cardboard because I sent my index cards, but he sent sketch, everything. Almost done. Peter Cullen, 8x10. I said some of these 8x10s just because they showed all their characters. Kath Souls, you saw the small one. She signed a big one also. And also because she hand wrote a huge inscription on the back. So dear Brian, thanks so much for your kind note. So appreciate it. You asked me what my favorite production to work on was. I think Rugrats is definitely right up there. As well as Hey Arnold. To be honest, I've loved something about every show I've been on. I've ever done. And can't imagine any other work as fun and rewarding as voiceover is. As for best animator, have to say, of course, Disney is big with love all the Winnie the Pooh films and episodes. Also, Space Jam was so innovative and amazing. Once again, Rugrats was so unique. And at the time, don't you think? We are doing all new CGI episodes that will be released in 2021. Very different look, but still so touching and fun. Sorry to hear about your stroke. Hope you are well on the way to recovery. Warmly, Kath. Those of you who don't know, I did have a stroke about 3 years ago. I choose not to write letters because it's true. Because I write so slowly now. So a lot of people, I say, forgive the typed request, but I had a stroke. And there's Mary Costa, Sleeping Beauty again. I wish she was signing Baker, but she didn't, but that's fine. Here's one I did 8x10s, Larry the Cable Guy. He signed all on there. Should have done a 5x7 like the others, but he didn't. Billy Crystal. I thought it would be cool to get one big one, so I did. Tim Allen. Many people say it's sectorial. Who knows? Because a lot of people can just squiggle. And if you saw the tour of the 8x10s, you saw I get an older one when he was on Home Improvement, and it's got almost his full name. So here's Alan Muraca. He plays Alan on 60th Street Tour with Superstore. You saw him earlier in the video. Here's the 8x10, one 8x10 he sent me, and he sent me this 8x10 also. So, thank you. Ed Asner, one of the greats. And this one says, I got it made, Ed Asner. So, there's him as a character up. One I got years ago. Buddy Hackett played the voice of the the seagull there. And I didn't even know at the time he did the voice of that. I just sent him a next card, and he sent me back 8x10 envelope with that in it. So, Craig D. Nelson wrote to his agent during the pandemic. Sent me a couple 8x10s. There's one. And we're going to do the last one here. And here's the last one. I thought about sending this to some other people in here, but nobody censored them out. I've looked up all the voice actors, and not one of them have I seen within the last year. So, well, there it goes. It's funny because today I was going to pick my baseball cards to go through. I randomly picked a notebook. It was baseball cards. I thought, baseball cards will take too long. I'll do cartoons. That's quick. Yeah. 46 minutes later. Hope you're still with me. I apologize for the length of this one. I think I will break some others videos up. But I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you next time. Tune in every Friday for my regular What I Received in the Mail video, which features TTMs, patches, hero cards, fan packs, everything. And then Wednesdays are my Tour of the Collection videos. I am going to separate them hopefully this week, so they're playlists, so you don't have to watch all of one. But I've got quite a few videos out there. Go back and watch some of my old videos. If you know someone like this content, please tell them to subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. In the meantime, if you like the video, like it, comment below. I'm getting better about responding to comments, but, life gets in the way. I work a full-time job, and I do this part-time, but I love doing it. I love sharing with everybody, and so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye-bye.